Thank y'all for tuning in. It is about that time. It is about that time. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Hey, Samarta. Hey. Linda Denise, Mocha Drop. Everybody, can you do me a big favor? While we're all thinking about it, can you please hit the like button? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you can. Okay. So what's my call it? Some of that I inhaled some of that facial cream. I can smell it strong. I think I inhaled some of it. All right. Um, Everybody that is here, can you please do me a big favor, a magnanimous favor, a duplicitous, episcopal favor? Can you hit the live button? Moss, can you let me know what we're looking at? Can you let me know what we're looking at with the likes? Because we're going to get these likes together. Yes, we're going to do it right now. Thank you, Lady B, for, as they say, putting a color on it. You know, Lady B, are you new? Thank you. Blessings, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Are you new, Lady B? Let us know so we can give you a proper welcome. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and light. Yeah. What are the mods? What are the mods? Mods, what are the likes looking like? Let me know. Hey, Joanne, Joshua, Goddess, Fatima, Lashika. Yeah. Let me know. 73. Okay, let's keep going. I got an email, y'all, from somebody talking about we shouldn't have to wait while y'all sit in what they say. They don't like us talking in the beginning. We shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes while y'all sit up and talk about okay, we I'm trying to be respectful of these people. You know, they always start off great content. I like the show, but we shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes while y'all talk. Okay, well, just, you know, I mean, you can always just go. I'm not trying to be funny, but you can always just go find another channel. You know, you don't want to wait. I'm just saying, you don't want to wait while we talk. You know, they always complain about we take too long to start. We don't talk no more than about 10 minutes. You know, Chef Donna, these people are really galling with these requests. You know, just like most people know how to fast forward if they're watching a replay. Yeah. Can we give time for, can we get seated first? Oh my God. All right, y'all. We are a real community here. We want to say hello to each other. You don't want to wait? Go in the best of you and wait for a while. You know, just go out there and sit and talk to people out there. There's always somebody out there. Go talk to the maintenance man to do the, you know, the maintenance and stuff. These people I don't know, y'all. I give up. Y'all got it. All right. So, thank you, sweetheart, for your generous donation. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining. You listen, joining the official Tyesse Report is something that is life-changing because once you join, you become a part of our community. And this is a real community. This is a community built on love and respect and all kinds of things. And so it's not one of those channels that, you know, you come in and join and you just never heard from again, or people don't reach out to you. So people know each other in this chat. People contact each other. They have each other's phone numbers. It is a network of professionals. It is a network of all kinds of people. We just don't come here and these names are just in the chat. People know each other. I have phone numbers of people. They have my phone number. And so once you become a part of the community, you will see that it is really a community. I'm waiting, Ty. What you wait? Who's this? Somebody waiting? Okay, you mean you waiting for us to get started, right? Okay. All right. Is that what you're saying, Marletta? We got 108 likes. Okay. All right, y'all. Listen, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday the 28th, and we're gonna get started in just a moment. We're gonna see if we can get a few more likes here. Yeah. Michelle said, we are a community. I don't play about my task force. Well, listen, I know who to call and who to reach out to if something should ever jump off. I know who to call. A real community of love. Yeah, I it's founded on love. And that's how it goes to the heart to heart, because it was founded on love. All right. Greetings, Tyson, much love. Okay, Hutch. Okay, who is this Hutch? Okay, they have put y'all acts up, so I don't know. I sometimes I can recognize, it's just so. Oh God, YouTube is always doing something, y'all. We're trying to see, can we get to 200 people? We're about 10 people away. It is, yeah, it's relatively early on the West Coast, but we don't really have that many people on the West Coast. So, it's kind of an awkward time of the day, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Yeah. Hold on. Let me respond to somebody, y'all. I am live discussing right now. Feel free to join the chat. Okay, that's somebody very notable. Okay, wow. All right. Okay, all right. And we don't play about you. We don't play about Michelle. No, we don't play about Michelle. Right. Oh, you said y'all don't play about me, or you don't play about Michelle, because it can be both. All right. Y'all, okay, we're at 212. We can rock and roll. We can rock and roll. Do me a big favor, because it's a very important conversation that I want to have on today. So if you know anybody that they would be interested in this conversation, the intersectionality of race, religion, sexuality. Yeah, if you know somebody that will be interested, it's safe for work. So if you know somebody that's interested in this conversation, please share this video, because we got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to be before you long, but as a Black gay man who is rooted in the church and rooted in who I am, I would just be remiss if I saw all of this go on and just keep going and pass by and don't say anything. So I must address this. Okay, I have to. Okay, all right. There's a lot going on today, y'all. I promise there's a lot going on. Help us, Holy Ghost. Help us do your will. All right. There we go. So yeah, I would be remiss if I just say, okay, y'all, it's just business as usual. And I want to start by prefacing the gay community. The gay community is not a monolith. Okay, we're not a monolith. So my commentary here is my own. I don't represent the Black gay community the same way I don't represent the Black community. So my commentary is unique to me and my channel. Okay, there may be a Black gay person out there that disagrees with what I'm saying, and that's fine. I know I'm right, but it's still fine. Okay, I know I'm on the side of right now, and so that's fine if you disagree. Maybe a rare person out there that disagrees, but oh, I forgot about that. Is it safe for work? You know what, Dr. Golden? I just tell people, laughter is good for the soul, but I don't want people, because sometimes people say, well, Tyesse, I be at work and people think I have a mental problem because I be laughing to myself. Sometimes they don't see the earbuds in, and you just be sitting there laughing, and it's, is she okay? So it is safe for work. Just don't, I hope today is not one of those days. It's not one of those days. This should be a really super funny commentary, y'all, but I got to do some work. I got to do some heavy work today, y'all. I got to do some work. I got to teach. I got to give a master class. I got to go to the mountaintop and sit with Moses and get the Torah and get the 10 commandments, all of that stuff, and bring it back down the hill today, right? And I don't want to be here too long with it. So, yes, I'm not a monolith. We're not a monolith. The gay community is not a monolith. And so the Black gay community is not a monolith. Let me say this. I'm not knocking these content creators. I'm not knocking the content creators that do this content, because everybody has a niche. Everybody has a methodology. Hardly initiated. We need to talk. That's part of their brand, right? They do a lot of, I was gay and now I'm no longer gay. I was trans and now I'm no longer trans. This is what they do. I'm just here to let you know, based on what I feel and my opinion, I don't find that any of this is spiritual. This is all content. Take it how you want to take it. There's nothing, I'm not getting anything spiritual from this stuff. This is all content, and people need to treat it as such and understand. Let me say this. To the guy from the We Need to Talk YouTube channel. When you platform a woman, that says she saw Biggie Smalls in hell, and she also has other videos saying that she saw Biggie Smalls, Michael Jackson, I think, and Tupac in hell. When you platform somebody like that, I am pretty much good on anything that you got going content-wise. But it is your channel. It is your right to do whatever you want to do with it. But if you saw this person and you saw that they were saying they went to hell and saw Biggie, and you found that that was something worthy of putting on your channel, I have to question everything that you do. I have to. Because first of all, you saw Biggie Smalls in hell. How do you know Biggie Smalls went to hell? You can't determine who's going to hell. You can say, well, based on the Bible, if you don't do this, or based on people that believe that, if you don't do this or you don't do that, they're probably going to reap the repercussions of sin. You can say that. But when you tell somebody, you know, I saw somebody in hell, no, that is a form of mental illness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is mental illness at its finest. I don't know why she saw all these icons in hell, but those videos are plentiful on YouTube. They all see Prince, everybody, Whitney Houston. You know, listen, y'all, I'm not here. I can't do this today. I cannot. They see everybody in jail. Amy Winehouse, everybody's in hell. Okay, we get it. So, you know, Pasquale, it is what it is when it comes to that. But I do believe that this is content. They never see Lashika. They never see anything like that. They never see anybody like that. They always see, you know, notable Black people down there in hell. And so, so my goal is not to come here and say that your content is, you know, unworthy to be on YouTube. It's YouTube. There's all kind of stuff on YouTube. YouTube is a space for creatives. And as long as you follow the YouTube guidelines, they will allow you to say what you need to say under the First Amendment of the Constitution. As long as you just follow the guidelines, and you're good to go. Excellent statement. Yeah. And we all know Whitney loved the Lord. Yeah. And so this latest video with We Need to Talk YouTube channel, Keith McQueen, the Keith McQueen, y'all, is there now. He's saying that he's no longer gay. I just posted a post about Keith and Patreon. He was lambasting a conversation he heard with Brian Karn and Demetrius Senegal. I just posted that in Patreon. I said, wow, Keith really got time today. And he was talking about sexuality. That was in June. I don't know. I don't know what's happened between then and now, and he's delivered. I don't know. Can I be honest, y'all? I was talking with Overseer Ware last night. People were hitting me up saying, are you watching this? And I said, I have not watched it yet. Task Force members were just hitting me up like, are you looking at this? And I kept telling them I haven't watched it yet. So I did go and watch it this morning before I ran to the market, and I had to stop watching it. I couldn't finish it. Yeah, is this what we're doing? Is this what we're really doing? And I'm not one of those gays where you have to be gay. I understand the nuances concerning sexuality and how everybody does not want to be gay. There are things that may have happened in your childhood or things that may have happened surrounding trauma. And now your sexuality is attached to trauma. I understand that. So I'm not saying, you gotta be gay. I'm speaking to these people that have lived these long storied gay lives. And now you've had some sort of epiphany, you've had some sort of breakthrough, or now you're delivered. We saw the young man, I'm not going to call him that other name, but the young man over in Memphis at Convocation one year go down to the pulpit and say, I like women's, I'm delivered. And, to be honest, I thought the Church of God in Christ on that one. I really do. That could have been nipped in the bud right away, but that kind of got away from the Church of God in Christ. And so then he became famous for really making a mockery of deliverance. Oh, honey, he's denouncing all this stuff now, JC. He's denouncing all of it. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to all of it. And so that young man went down to the pulpit, denounced and said he was delivered and he likes women. He will not switch. He will not carry a purse. And then we see you year after year, your body language, your demeanor, how you talk, everything is basically the same. It becomes like a joke to people when people see stuff like this, especially if you see somebody that says they are delivered and their aesthetic, their stature, their cadence is the same. I have to bring up Jackie Hill Perry. I'm sorry, y'all. If you are delivered, wonderful. Wonderful. But when you are still out here in your aesthetic, your cadence, your walk, everything is exactly the same, but you're just telling us you're delivered. It's really like when kids used to say, there's a unicorn in the corner. And you're like, girl, what are you talking about? Baby, ain't no unicorn. Yes, it is. It's a monster under my bed. It feels like that. Like, are you serious? I hope I am, Rashawn. Again, if you want to be delivered, be delivered. Be delivered, baby, if you want to be delivered. But we need to really, really, in 2025, stop playing games. Let's stop these games, y'all. We can do better than this. This ain't it. To these platforms, hardly initiated, they have a history of doing a lot of stuff. I scoped them out when they had Pastor Kurt Thomas, somebody I know personally from LA, on. And it kind of like, it seemed like it was a setup with Marcus Rogers and Kurt Thomas. It seemed like it was a whole setup. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they brought countless people on over and over again with these deliverance ministries, and I've been delivered, I've been set free, I'm no longer gay. They like to put gay pastors against straight pastors, knowing you're not going to get anywhere, right? Knowing these straight folks, these preachers, is not going to do anything but just throw Bible scriptures at you. There is no substantive conversation that's going to come out of this. But if that's how you make your money on YouTube, if that's how you make your money on YouTube, go for it. But I just don't want people to sit around here and try to act like this is something spiritual. It is not. That's what bothers me. Especially the Ezekiel guy. He's sitting there, no, sir, don't do that. This is content. This is the same thing I do on, it's the equivalent of my Friday night show, my Wednesday night show. Let's not do this. Let's stop acting like this is deep and spiritual. It's not. Let me do it like this, y'all. Let me do it like this. We have people, whether it's Keith McQueen, and I'm gonna get to this other guy in a minute, whether it's Keith McQueen or whoever. What the problem is they have to reinvent themselves. I'm an old gay. I'm 50 chronologically, but about 80 in gay years. Okay? I can sit and watch you and tell you exactly what the hell is going on. Okay? What these girls have to do, and I say girls, that's a gay colloquialism. What these girls do is They have to reinvent themselves when they have run out of everything, when they done ran through and ain't nobody looking for them no more, or something that fell apart, or they got to do something they like to switch something over. They have to reinvent themselves. And the first thing some of them want to do is say, I'm straight. And I couldn't do this no more. I couldn't walk this life no more. Here's my thing. How about this? And I'm not trying to tell you or dictate your testimony. I'm not trying to dictate your testimony. I would never do that. No. But here's the thing. You've been delivered. You've been set free, right? You've been delivered. You've been set free. Okay. God has delivered you from homosexuality. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Tell your unique story about what you went through and what you're going through. They always like to use their life as a canvas for the whole gay community. Girl, sit there and tell your story, book, line, and verse about what you've done and how you did it. But they cannot do that. Like the lesbian woman that I knew in LA. She came on this channel and she would not hit that link because I was going to wear her ass out and show us my name is Tyesse Jackson. What you need to do, girl, is get on the air and tell your unique story. Stop saying the gay community is hypersexual and the gay community is this. Yes, you were a part of the gay community, but that was your unique experience. Stop acting like that's the whole gay community. I just said in my opening, we're not a monolith. Because these people like Ezekiel, that's all they want to hear. Because it helps them when they do these conferences, it helps them fill seats. Look, this man is delivered, and he is the panelist on our symposium. And if God did it for him, he can do it for you. And you can come for $99.99. Yes, her name was Esco. My friends in LA know Esco. She had an incident where somebody beat her in LA. I remember like it was yesterday. Some people beat her with a metal pipe, you know, and she almost lost her life. She was a stud, and she almost lost her life. She was in my chat one night, and I said, "Well, come on up," because I was going to light her ass up. I swear I was. And so I remember something I had talked about. She used my content. It was something concerning homosexuality. She used some of my content, and I let her know, like, girl, listen, if you use some content, just say my name or give me credit for. I can't remember, y'all, but she was in the chat. She had that incident when she was beaten with baseball bats and metal pipes, and then she had an epiphany. She had an epiphany, and she went from a stud back to her feminine self. And the next thing you know, Ty Squad, she was on the 700 Club. She wrote a book and trashing the gay community about the perverted lifestyle that she came out of. I don't even have to say allegedly on this. I don't have to give no disclaimers because this is firsthand knowledge. This same stud, Esco, was the same person that was the drug connect in LA in West Hollywood. Everybody knew to go to her, whatever you needed. Whatever you needed, pills, coke, Molly, whatever you needed, you could go get it. So, girl, let me get this straight. This is what I was telling her that night. You have destroyed countless lives in the gay community through your drug sales. You have destroyed countless lives. No telling how many people are still hooked on drugs because of your drug sales. And now you get your ass up on Evelyn Champagne King's internet and bash the same community that you destroyed. These people have gall, y'all. They're really galling. But it's okay. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. and you get on the 700 Club, and you get on all these Daystar and all this stuff, and telling people that you are delivered, and you have to come out of that lifestyle because of how dark it was. No worries. Give me 1 second. Y'all gotta take this phone call. Okay, y'all, I am so sorry. I had to take that phone call. I had to. It was something very, very important, okay, that I'm dealing with right now. Okay. Do y'all forgive me? Do you forgive me, Ty Squad? Do you forgive me? Sometimes you just have to take a very important phone call. Okay. So yes, let's get the likes up, please. Can we get the likes up? 19 likes from 200. But that's what happened with that young woman that was a lesbian, and now she's set free and writing books, and she's on all the religious shows talking about her deliverance and just trashing the gay community. Let me say this, y'all. Ex-gay deliverance, whatever you want to call it, it is very profitable. And if you want to reinvent yourself, if you reach the end of the road for everything that you have done in the heteronormative church experience, it is a great rebuild. It is a great come up and a revamp to jump into this. And there are platforms like Hardly Initiated, like We Need to Talk, that is a great springboard to get you in the ether or the ethos of, I've been going to pages and profiles. Some of these folks, if their rhetoric is anti-black, it's likely. And yeah, that is a great observation, Naida. Very great observation. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. So to hear, and I could not finish it. Everybody that I talked to said they couldn't get through Keith McQueen's video, just couldn't watch it all the way through. So we have somebody now sitting up saying that they are now delivered or they're going through a metamorphosis. Listen, like I said, if for whatever reason it does not work out for you, you don't want to be gay anymore, we're not here to try to tell you you have to be gay, you must be gay, But when we know what we know, most of us in this community, especially the Black church community, when we know what we know, And we've seen you for your works. It's a hard sell for us, Ty Squad. That's all we're saying. It's just a hard sell for some of us. When we know how you operate, when we know your true Hollywood story. I never understood it either. Like, if you are delivered and you have a problem, you know, how should I say that? If you have been delivered and you have any issues with the gay community, I'm not saying you can't critique the community that you came out of. But for you to have been in a community and parlayed and partied and freaked and sucked and plucked and did everything, and now you just 2 months in or 2 days into your deliverance, like it makes it's angering. You done swapped and sucked and licked and swallowed for years, decades, and here you are 2 weeks into your deliverance talking about, oh, these people are this and they're Are you serious? I swear, y'all, these people cannot be real. It cannot. Again, these people are content creators. This is nothing spiritual or deep with these platforms. I promise you it's not. Because when you're watching, I don't feel nothing coming from the screen. Nothing. It's like when I watch Ray preach. It's the equivalent of watching a regular person talking. You know there's nothing there, because if you have any connection to anything higher, a higher power, if you got a connection to anything closely remoted to God, you're going to have a connection. Spirit is going to connect with spirit. And here's the thing, I'm McDonald. A lot of us in the LGBTQ community have went through a season where we have to find ourselves and figure out what exactly we go through this season. Every Black gay man that I know have went through a season of, being undecisive about their sexuality. I don't know one Black gay man that said, no, girl, I've had my life has always been just, I always been sure about it all. I don't know one Black gay man that says they had a life where everything was certain about their sexuality. They never second guessed anything. They never had any issues about, their sexuality. Everybody has been through it. The difference is between us and these people that do what they're doing is that what we tend to do is work our way through it. Unpack some things. You have to take the clothes out the suitcase and lay it all out on the bed. You have to. When I say make peace with your sexuality, I really mean that. Now, if I had any kind of inkling that my soul is on tap here, if I had any kind of inkling, any type of remote thought patterns that my soul is on the line based on who I am, if I had anything internally, spiritually that connects me to something that says this is absolutely wrong, I would have made changes a long time ago. And so when I tell people that, I don't say that lightly. You need to make peace with who you are. Now you can go through a process of suppressing who you are. That's not deliverance. That is being labeled as deliverance. People have done it, and they'll tell you, "Oh, I've been delivered for 20." You have not been delivered for 20 years. You have suppressed who you are for 20 years, and over time, it can feel like a normalcy. I saw how Little Richard was torturing himself his last days on earth. I saw how Little Richard literally was like torturing himself, going around speaking at these churches and stuff. And I'm like, because he really feared hell. He really did. You could tell. And Donnie McClurkin has a form of that. Religion has a way of framing your thought patterns to a point where it is hard to see yourself free and liberated. It is hard to really see yourself. If you don't make peace with who you are, I'm telling you, you can go find a woman, you can go have children, you can set up a whole family, but you will not be happy. You will not have peace. I have seen it with people in my own life, and they wind up having to divorce the woman. The kids are now suffering because of this divorce home. And now you're sitting up here like the narratives on that damn show. Let me get some comments, y'all. Let me get some comments. This was too much for me, y'all. It was way too much for me. What is this? The fact that y'all are playing like this is so disturbing to me. It really is. If you need to get you a new hustle, if you need to get you a new, if you got something going on financially or legally going on, and you got to come up with a master plan, y'all do whatever you got to do. I listen, but y'all don't do this. Leave us out of it. No one. The Mormons call it same-sex attraction and have a whole reality show on Lifetime. Yeah. Little Richard did a whole 360 at the end for sure. He was terrified to go to hell. It was so, I was just looking at some of the videos like, oh my God. I feel so sorry for him. I really did. I really felt sorry for Little Richard. And it just saying like, through his life, he liberated a lot of people, to live in their truth and be free. And then in the end, for it to be like a complete oxymoron, like I just couldn't understand it. This conversation takes me back to the pastors who had the young man crawling on the floor. I remember that video. I remember showing it to you guys. And a lot of these LGBTQ people, like the young man that went down to this pulpit in Memphis, a lot of these people, a lot of us put on a performance because we know what they wanted to see. We did the deliverance stick because we know that's what they wanted to see. And people, oh, he got it. We would repeat Jesus over and over again. And then once they saw, something, we was foaming at the mouth and spitting and stuff, and then, oh, he got it. She got it. We knew we were not delivered. We knew we were not saved, but that's what they wanted. The word I'm looking for, it was expected of us to get delivered. And so that's what we did, y'all. We went through the emotions. It was performative at best. Denying one's own identity is the epitome of self-hatred. It is. So you do see gays that operate in self-hatred really deeply. They really are. They usually lash out at the gay community in some foul way. Check out My Husband's Not Gay on Lifetime. I will, nephew. I will. I think I gotta add Lifetime again on as a separate because it's not on YouTube TV. I've been through troubles with men. Some suggested to me one time to try swimming in a lady pond. I told her my trauma or injury with men doesn't define my attraction. It's troubling there too. So, and that's what people tend to get confused, Lashika. People tend to think that homosexuality is something that you can throw on like a shirt. And please don't get me wrong. There are people that have dibbled and dabbled in once or twice in their life, and they say, it just wasn't for me. Mainly in college. It happens a lot. I don't know why, but over at that college, it happens a lot. And so, but homosexuality is not something you pick up and wear on your back like a backpack. It's not. You know, I remember when Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith were on Oprah, and Oprah was talking about marriage and if this don't work out, and then Jada Pinkett Smith said, "Well, if this don't work out, I'm gonna try the Ellen thing." She said that on Oprah one time. She said, "If this marriage don't work out, I guess I'm gonna have to try the Ellen thing." People laughed and stuff, but you don't know how problematic something like that really is. The way it sounds, you know. You don't know how problematic that is to hear somebody say something like that. Well, I'll try it. Like you can just go try, sexuality out like that. It's not like that. We do have fluidity. We do have something called, being fluid. Some of these things we didn't even have language for back in the day, y'all. We didn't. And now there's a language for everything. It was just basically you were gay or you were, a lesbian. Now, they didn't even talk about bi, trans. They called everybody that was dressed up like a woman a drag queen. There was, they had, actually the term was cross-dresser. So there was none of these boutique terms, y'all, back in the day. You was just gay or lesbian. I'm not going to use the words they use, but y'all know what the words are. I know so many individuals that are gay in the church, and they are part of the leadership circles and have experienced complete fear of being out. It broke my heart to hear them living in fear. I was watching the do you guys remember the reunion they had for Merge TV? Larry hosted it. It was called Love and Faith. It was on Merge TV. They had a reunion and stuff. And, the son that was gay or whatever, it became like, they talked about that for like an hour. And they were talking about baptizing. Should you baptize the same-sex couples? It was all kind of talking points during that broadcast. But here's the problem that I have with a lot of these ministries. Here's the problem. Y'all be talking about gay people in the pews. Y'all be talking about gay people in your church and in the choir. But and I'm speaking specifically to their reunion. Y'all don't be talking about the gay people that's in your clergy boards and on your clergy roster. So it be like y'all be talking about gay people in the streets, in the community, in the pews, but y'all ain't never talking about the gay people that are sitting there right beside you. Y'all don't have discernment. You don't have discernment. Like I question this guy Ezekiel's. We need to talk. I question his discernment. I really do. You said, and I'm quoting him. He said that Keith McQueen sent him an email, and Spirit gave him like confirmation. He said he never saw an email, and then he just read it one time and was like, "Oh yeah, I got to do this." Y'all don't have, you don't have discernment because this is content. I'm not saying you're not saved. You could be, I don't know, but y'all don't have discernment because if you have discernment, you can see through this stuff. This is content. That's why you don't have discernment. Full stop. My family refuses to acknowledge my queerness and think a dress and makeup will fix it all. And men will holler and that will fix all the issues of life. Yeah. And listen, and when people hear the word queerness, they automatically just think that it's same-sex attraction that's involved. But there are some things that are queer that don't involve, same-sex attraction. Okay, so we want to be clear on that. When people hear queer, they think that you automatically either you got to be a lesbian or a gay person or some sort of same-sex attraction. There is so many titles under the queer umbrella. Too many for me to go through tonight or today. I think the same-sex act and sexuality is what confused a lot of people. Back in the day, it was called getting freaky. Okay. The same-sex act and sexuality. Well, okay, I think so what I'm thinking you're saying, okay, so there is a difference between your identity and your sexuality. Okay, there's a distinct difference between your sexuality and how you identify. And so a lot of people tend to just see all gay people as just that, just they're gay, and they're not trying to. It's become so convoluted and so complicated. Unfortunately, I don't think you would be able to have a good conversation, anyways, because this new generation of people that speak for the gay community, the representatives, the mainstream, they are so. What is the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me. This new young generation of gay people that speak on behalf of the gay community, the advocates and these people, they are so academic and collegiate with their talking points. And they talk as though everybody knows what you're going through in your head. And that's why we will never probably get anywhere, because so many people just feel like, you should know what I got going on. And if you don't know, you're homophobic, you're transphobic, or whatever, Thank you, Tyesse, for helping those of us who are not well versed in this subject. This is an awesome talk. I have to come say something, because there was another man up there, and I'm gonna get to this other guy in a minute, but there was another guy up there talking about, Larry needs to repent on one of them. And I think he was one of the former gays too. Listen, y'all, I could have did this video a whole nother way. It probably would have had 800 people on here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because what I could say, it would be a misunderstanding. This could have been a whole nother video. I promise you, with this mouth and how my mouth is set up, I would have hurt some feelings, but I don't want to do that. That is expected from the gay community. Or there have been close to 1,000 in here. I kid you not. But I had to center myself and say, is that what you want to do, Tyesse? Or do you want to help inform and educate the people? What I could really say to him, I don't want to, I know I can wound people with my mouth. But I don't want to wound this man. I don't want to wound you, sir. I don't want to wound you, because I know what I can do with this mouth. But I want to get to the guy. What is his name? Cornelius Edwards. I got to check my lips. My lips feel chapped. It is. Okay, hold on. Y'all know I'm vain about these lips, right? Y'all know I'm so vain about my lips, and I know I kept feeling my lips feeling chapped. So wait a minute, let me get a little. Okay, that should handle it. The Cornelius Edwards guy, and I'm gonna do thumbnails of these people, y'all. I'm sitting there in my Canva studio, and I'm like, I ain't doing this. I'm not putting up a thumb. I'm not making no graphics for these people. I'm not doing that. I closed Canva studio out. The Cornelius Edwards guy, y'all. You've seen him on Sunday's Best. You've seen him go around and pass out money, I'm vain. I swear I am, Lashika. I am. You've seen him on Sunday's Best. You've seen him go around the gospel artists after their concerts and give them thousands of dollars, like give them $1,000, I do. I got the magnified and I got the regular. What? Okay. What was I saying? You've seen this guy Cornelius. I think his name is Cornelius Edwards. He's going around handing out money to Kim Burrell, the Clark sisters, anybody, And who's gonna refuse maybe $1,000 each? He was on Sunday's Best. He lost. And next thing you know, he's out here making content, passing out money. He was going through this thing where he was talking about he's not having sex, and it was all kinds of stuff. He's looking for a wife, and yeah, it's just a lot. But what you see in that man, in my personal opinion, and I'm gonna say this not as a licensed not as a licensed psychiatrist, not as a licensed psychiatrist. I'm going to say that what you see in this man is something that is a form of mental illness, and the church can exacerbate mental illness, suppressing who you are in your sexuality, self-hatred, and just continue to lay all the other titles on top of that. That's what you get with that man. Yeah, that's what you get. I wanted to play it, but I don't want to do that here. I don't want to do that. I don't want. I've seen some other bloggers show it, Ken, but I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. We got a whole video of you saying that you're stretching for exercise and you're making your booty jump. You're making your booty jump. You're making your booty move like pec muscles, but you delivered. Let me see. I think I have. Yeah, it's that's why I was trying to make my exit away from these people. This commentary, it's draining. I am so over it, but I'm trying my best to hang on for y'all. Okay, so here's the post. Okay, so last night for the first time, heard Cornelius Edwards on BET's Sunday Best. He proclaims himself as an ex-homosexual, like Donald McClurkin. He's 6 years celibate. Okay. He was on American Idol season 9. And also there's a raunchy video, a raunchy twerking video. Okay. And now we have the latest video. Okay. And so in a past video, he exposes church preachers. He exposed church preachers for offering him money for relations after they learned of his past lifestyle. You know, Tasquan, if this was not real life, I would swear this is a bad episode of Mad TV or Saturday Night Live skit. Oh yeah, I said that last night when I saw the video. I said I gotta go find his original pictures. There's so much self-hatred, it's so much going on in that man. It's like, baby, listen, it wouldn't surprise me if you turn on the news one day and he on the Empire State Building and they got the balloon at the bottom, like trying to jump off and to get some attention. It wouldn't shock me. It really wouldn't. Because that's why you're going around handing out this money to gospel singers, because you're really seeking clout and trying to be somebody. You want to be everybody but yourself. You done bleach your skin. Your skin is so damn pale and white, you look almost like an albino. And now they got these videos of you twerking. And then you got the other boy running around here talking about he want to rebuke somebody. All of y'all ex-gays. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try not to be catty in this video. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know for a fact, my spirit tells me that these girls are still sucking and gobbling and swallowing. Because usually they do. Usually these hypocrites, they usually do. It would not shock me if these girls are still swallowing loaves nightly or daily. They just perfected a way to be covert with it. So we will have more of these videos from We Need to Talk and Heart. We will see more of them because more people are sitting in trauma in the Black church that will never be addressed. That was good. More Black gay men, trans, lesbian are sitting in the Black church and you will never have what's eating you addressed. So we will unfortunately see more of these interviews, and these content creators are just that. They're going to get this content, they're going to make money off of it, and there's going to be the next gay to come along and say they're not gay no more. That's what you're going to continue to see. But it is a job of us LGBTQ people of a certain experience that have lived and seen some things and been through some things. It is your job, your responsibility, and your duty to speak up and let people know. Most of my audience is straight, heteronormative women and men. To let people know what the hell is going on, so when they see this mess, they won't be taken off guard. If you're gay, you're a blogger, you're a YouTuber, get to that channel and let your viewers know what the hell is going on. Because them straight people that watch that shit and eat it up, they believe what they're seeing is real. They believe it. They believe that these people are really delivered. Most of them are still running around here like truck drivers and still running around here, sashaying around. They make God seem like it's a bad term that didn't take. I was just thinking, if you delivered, if you're really delivered, that thing would just be to completely change you over. Completely change you over. You're acting like it's a bad term that didn't take. Y'all are still switching, still sashaying around here. Lesbians still looking like Walmart truck drivers. Stop playing in our faces like this. It's like, it's really, really insulting. I listen, them content creators that platform these people, they gonna do because they have to bring their money in every month. I get it. I understand. I get it. But y'all, come on. This ain't it. Thank you, Lashika. It was the Cornelius man that really like, and these fake tongues you keep doing. I know that in our community, in the Black community, religion in the Black church, we do colloquialisms, right? I get it. So we won't he do it, and I even do ilala boshi. I believe God has a sense of humor. I think God has a sense of humor. We do, all kind of little sayings. I understand how culture is today. But you sitting up here, you on this live, and you didn't quicken and boy, knock it off. You don't feel nothing. You don't feel. Stop playing with God like that. You don't feel nothing. That's that mental illness, and I don't like diagnosing people. But I have to that's what it looks like to me. You don't look well. You just don't. You look like you need to talk to somebody today. You don't feel nothing. Stop acting like you got the Holy Ghost. You ain't got nothing but undiagnosed, untreated mental health problems based on your trauma that you have not addressed probably all of your life. It's cringy. And these people are laughing at you. Especially Cornelius, they are laughing at you. They don't believe nothing you say. Have you read the comments? They're having a field day with you. Listen, y'all, I have to come on here and say something. I'm right in an hour. That's all I needed to do. I have to come on here and say something. I will go make some graphics so people can see who I'm talking about. Who gives a damn at this point? Because these people, it's like roaches. It really is. It just spreads and spreads and spreads. They're going to keep bringing them on. It's like an ecosystem. It really started with that little boy over there at Convocation talking about he was delivered and set free. And it's just been going downhill ever since. Stop playing in here. Stop playing with God like that. You don't feel nothing. All you feel, I ain't going to say that. That would be just wrong. I was just telling my wife about the days I felt the need to shout just because I was expected, but inside I felt nothing. So many times in church, you see people and they feel the need to do all of that. They do. I got to do it. I got to do it because, you know, I don't want people to think I don't have it. So you just get up and just run around the church. And can I be honest? A lot of what you see in the church today is emotionalism. It is. Not many people are getting real breakthroughs through their praise and through their dance. You ain't getting no breakthrough. You go home, get in the car, and depression still sitting on there waiting for you when you get in your car. Get home, all that stuff, anxiety, panic attacks, suicidal ideation, be waiting for you in bed when you get home. Because you ain't got no breakthrough. Ain't got nothing. Because you really haven't tapped into. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm not trying to be no preacher, no pastor, although I could if I wanted to. That's William McCray. You're not. William. I said William a link to this video. Oh my God, y'all can see his reply. Okay. I cannot. Focus Tyesse. Carl said, "Don't lock your knees. Don't lock your knees." And then you gonna lock your knees. Get on away from here. You know these people are brutal nowadays. Yeah, William is out. He's out. He said he's gonna he says he gotta listen to this. But he's out right now. Okay, so let me just say this, Ty Squad. I don't know how many times I can say it, how many ways I can say it, but the Black church, because they have not addressed sexuality, human sexuality in a proper way, we're just going to be in a continuous cycle of this, right? A continuous cycle of this. You will continue to have Black gay men who struggle to come to terms with who they are. Either they're going to do two things. Either they're going to stay in the closet and torture themselves, or they're going to act some kind of way and let the people know that they have been delivered. It's the only two ways you can go about it. It's not set up where it's not set up to allow you to work through what you're going through or what you feel in a safe space. So I want to be clear so people understand, right? The Black church is not set up from a holistic model. Okay, it's not set up for, helping people heal where they are at. They come at that with, you have to be delivered or you have to repent because who you are is sinful. When you start there, when you start with you are sinful and who you are is sin, when you start there, people have automatically heard something detrimental to their soul and their spirit. Do you understand what I'm saying? When somebody tells you who you are and what you possess or whatever you got going on inside of you is sin, you've already, there's really nothing you can go from there. It's not. It's really going to be hard to build from there. And they're going to say that based on their biblical beliefs. Yes, Larry, he just landed in New York. That is going to be a difficult situation for us as a body of Black believers, whatever you want to call it, for us to ever get to a place, because everything is going to be rooted in antiquated dogma and biblical principles that were used in a different era. They never modernize. They never modernize the conversation because they really don't like you. They don't like sexuality, your sexuality. So there is no incentive to try to figure out what the hell is going on with you, because at their core, they don't like homosexuality. They don't like gay people. So why would they then go and try to figure out the best way to help you when if they do that, they're gonna say, well, we're trying to affirm them. We can't affirm that sin. So that's why it'll never ever get to a point where people get to real, true healing and wholeness and wellness. However it looks at the end, however you get to the end of your healing, whatever that looks like, I said it before, if that means that you are delivered for real, or if that means that you make peace with who you are, however the end looks, the beginning has to start with you are divine, God loves you, and we're here to facilitate your healing and your growth. Whatever you need, let us know. If you're starting the process off with a Bible scripture and you are sin and you're being sinful and you're being nasty, you'll never get to whatever the end is going to be. We don't know what the end looks like because so many people are not being handled properly. You will never ever get to whatever it is the universe, God, or consciousness has for you, because at the core of all of this is religiosity and antiquated dogma. Hey, Tim Bree, full stop. I could talk about this ad nauseum, y'all. I really could. I could talk about this until literally the cows come home. I heard Patrick Wooden say, they asked, can gay people come to your church? He said they can come in here, but they can't stay that way. They can come, but they can't stay that way. Who are you to put a timeline? If they never get delivered, if they never get saved, if that's what they want, who are you to tell somebody they can't stay that way? You should have been already from the standpoint they can come, and whatever they need, God will supply it here. You're already starting with a negative. They can't stay that way. Do you have confidence in what your ministry offers? Do you have confidence in what your ministry offers? Because there's a lot that can be said about your ministry. I'm looking at Jamal Bryant right now. Instead of tithes, they're asking for people to bring food to the church. I've been monitoring Patrick Wooden's social media. I haven't seen nothing about food or food bank or food drive. And we're 3 days out from a catastrophe for Black people. So some of these people, you have to really just take it with a grain of salt. I ain't seen not one video, maybe he has, and I haven't seen it, asking people, to donate, or you need to come do this, or we gonna do this. Or this is our goal for this SNAP debacle. Thank you, I McDonald, for $20. I appreciate it. Y'all, I'm gonna make me some dinner, and I'm gonna make cook right now, so I have everything ready. And then I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, everybody that came by. Just to know, when you see these people, it is really, really a form of content, and the people that are involved in it, the people that do it, are dealing with all kinds of unresolved trauma. They understand some things, but they're also being very duplicitous in how they operate as well. So just know that there are people out here that are really dealing with issues of sexuality and trauma in the Black church and trying to maneuver. They don't need any of this. They don't. There are people that have been victims of sexual molestation. There are people that have been victims of physical abuse tied to their sexual orientation in their identity. And the last thing they need is seeing somebody up here cosplaying deliverance. You need representations of people that can tell you how to get to the other side of the rainbow and really get yourself to a place of healing and understanding. That's what you need. You don't need all of this. But these people, none of these people care, because at the core of this is financial incentives. It is. It doesn't go together. I wonder, did he buy one of the orange man's Bibles? I wonder what. Yeah, I wonder the same thing. All right, everybody. I gotta cook. I'm cooking today. I'm filling my kitchen today, y'all. So I gotta cook. What time is it? It is 2:24. Tonight is Patreon Uncut Tuesdays, 9 p.m. I'm gonna try to squeeze in another. I was gonna talk about it here, but I want this to be a standalone video. I may squeeze in something around. I think we can do 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Hey, Shabako. I think we can squeeze in a 5 o'clock live. I got to talk about something. And then tonight at 9 p.m., we're going to be doing Uncut Tuesdays. Uncut Tuesdays. So if you tuned in late, be sure to play this back. I'm sure you will get some great content out of this. But to Cornelius Edwards, the twerking man, to Keith McQueen, newly delivered former bishop, to all of these people, I hope and truly hope, I really do, from my heart, I hope y'all find real, true peace. I really do, because this, and to the young man that somebody, he rebuking people, that don't even, I'm not even gonna respond to that. But all of them, I hope they really find peace. And you're not gonna find it on a YouTube show. You're not. You may try to get some type of, recognition, clout, or name, carriage, but that's not going to sustain you. It's not. Passing out money to celebrities, passing out thousands of dollars to people, trying to get a moment. The moments are just that, moments. You're sitting up here with a whole identity crisis. You're sitting up here steeped with self-hatred. That needs to be worked out through somebody that is licensed and that can help you. It really can. All right. I'm going to go, y'all. My work is done. As Iana says, my work here is complete. I'm 16 minutes over. All right. If you want to support this great platform, please do so. If you got anything today, you can support us at right here. Multiple ways to give right there. All right. Thank you, Danette. I appreciate you. Thank you, I McDonald. Thank you, everybody that came through today. Support us at Tyesse76. There's Chime, there's Zelle, there's Venmo, there's PayPal. There's multiple ways to give. And I will be careful to give you the thanks. All right. Thank you. All right. If all hearts and minds are clear, we will be getting down the road. I'm going to try to squeeze something in around 5 o'clock. And then we will be on Patreon at 9. Okay. So it is 2:28. Yeah, about 5 o'clock. It'll do. All right. Let's get out of here, y'all. See y'all at 5, about 5-ish. All right. Maz, can you put a link in the chat for Patreon? It's $5 a month, $48 for the year. You simply put in, simply hit the link, and then it'll take you to Patreon, and you put in your personal information. I recommend using PayPal, but you can use a credit card. PayPal just makes it a lot easier. Also, download the Patreon app. Download the Patreon app. That helps you out a lot too. I can't see any of your personal information, but I will get an email notification that you joined, and I will see your email address. But I don't have any access to any of your financial information, just your email address and that you joined. Okay. And I do verify emails. I do. I've been doing it as much because we just been having a real great time in Patreon. But I'm gonna get back into verifying these emails. And a lot of times people just, they'll just create a new email just for Patreon. But if you got to do all that, girl, come on in. Just come on in. You got to do all that. All right. Love y'all.